So what they say. I'm happy, looking in the mirror, I call it self-reflecting. I already know who I am, so I ain't second guessing. Sometimes I ask me questions like, have I finally made it? They say you got this, God, just have patience. So how your haters been doing here? Y'all been quiet lately, acting like y'all don't see me, like missing bifocals. 2020 vision, no need for an eye exam. No cataracts, my third eye cracked. They tried to judge me by my past, but I don't live there no more. So put some respect up on my growth. See, they count your act when they don't see you blow up overnight. Man, forget the fame, man, forget the hype. Cold on the mic, like Patron over ice. Yeah, I'm living right. My woman's so nice. Yeah, we best friends for life. When she look me in my eyes, she give me vibes, cause she gon' ride or die. Take a look, come on. I get jealous about what they think. I get jealous about what they say. Cause I'm happy, just be happy they be mad at that. I took our friendship, you can't have.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Peace, peace, peace. Somebody said wash hands. Peace, y'all. I know I was supposed to do this live stream so much earlier. Y'all just don't know. Okay, so that's my baby, Galactic Human. Y'all can check him out. You can stream him on Apple Music. And I think he down here now. Hey, baby. So look, y'all. Let me tell y'all why it took me so long to get on this live stream. Okay, so we making a lot of movements as far as helping people correct their status. Got a team together of trustees to help people access their trust. And we just been making lots of moves to help our people. So like I was so exhausted because honestly, this whole weekend, all I've been doing is studying law and really all this paperwork that we have to do and trying to organize everything so everything is right when y'all want to go for the process and stuff like that. And we just need to make sure everything's done decently in order. And with me and my husband being the spearhead behind it and being like, you know what I'm saying? The people that organize and put it together, it's just been a lot. So we've been doing a lot of studying. Everybody's been talking about Dom. Dom is my soul niece. And she is amazing. Like literally, she's going to be our representative as far as law and stuff like that, as well as me. I'm really good in it too, but she like reminds me of young me. And she's supposed to get on here with me, so y'all will get to see Dom again. I'm gonna message her, by the way, so she can hop on here. But the title of this, I'm sure you guys read, why our people can't let go of Jesus. Now, I know we're going to probably have some religious people come on here and have something to say. I don't care. You know what I mean? Let me give you a background of me. I literally grew up in church 5 days a week for like all the way till I was like 25. So for you to like, for people to feel like I don't know the Bible, I didn't read that motherfucker inside out, like I wasn't in like Bible camp and things like that. Here, peace, Dom. Click the link so you can get on her, girl. Told y'all Dom was coming in here. Girl, they've been asking about you. So, but anyway, yeah. So like I've been literally in religion my whole, like at least half my life. I can't say my whole life, half my life. So I was one of them diehard, like have to be in church. I literally got married at 17 years old because I gave this guy my virginity. And then I got pregnant by him, which is my oldest daughter. And because it was pushed on us to get married. I wasn't ready to be married at 17, but because of religion and because my mom was so big into religion, it was like, yeah, you need to be married. You all have, you know what I'm saying, already fornicated, and you don't need to be laying up together and living together, and you're not married. Honestly, that's not why. I won't say when I go into a little bit of the story that's why I really like the whole religious aspect of things. It's just something that I went through in religion, and I hear a lot of people that went through things in religion that was traumatic, you know what I'm saying, based off of them being in religion. Now, there's a difference between spirituality and religion, right? People are always like, well, I'm spiritual because I go to church. Everybody is spiritual. Everybody has a spirit being inside of them, right? We're already naturally and innately connected to spirit because we are spirit, to different spirits because we are spirits, right? Inhabiting a body. So everybody's spiritual, but it's just what you tap into while you're spiritual. So religion has made a platform or a way for people to be indoctrinated through a controlled environment and something that has been put together for people to be able to follow a tradition, if that makes sense, or a somebody's, hey y'all, hi y'all, or for them to be able to control you, right? So it's basically being institutionalized like school, but it's just in church. It's just a whole nother institution, basically. So church is an institution, school is an institution. All of those things are to keep you controlled and in order for what the big order is over the world, and that's for control, right? So anyway, when we was Grand Rising, Great Awakening, Rich Rising, everybody that's just joining in, we're talking about religion and why people can't let go of Jesus. So I got married at 17 because of the whole religious aspects. My mom was like pushing for us to get married and things like that. And I didn't want to get married. I would be honest with you, like to the point the pastors were like, you guys have to go to marriage counseling before you get married. I mean, I'm 17. He's like 19. He wasn't even 19 yet. He was getting ready to turn 19 and I was 17. And they're literally like, oh yeah, you guys need to be, going to marriage counseling before you get married, blah, blah, this, so we're like going to marriage counseling for weeks before, our wedding. My mom is like planning, we had a whole freaking wedding, y'all. Dead ass. And I'm 17, I'm pregnant, and I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. Like, yeah, like I feel convicted. I feel like, Jesus isn't happy with me. God isn't happy with me because, yeah, I gave my virginity to him and like, I've been sleeping with him and I end up getting pregnant. But at the same time, I don't want to be married to this man. I don't feel like this man, when I think about marriage to this day, I always think of it as being something sacred, something that you choose to do, something you and that person just, y'all fall in love with each other and y'all choose to be with each other for a lifetime. That's what I think about. But at that moment, at 17, I wasn't ready to be like, he was the only person I had been with, one. And two, he was already abusive. Like he had already been abusive. Like he was like, throwing me down and pushing me down, all this other stuff. So for my mom, them to like pressure me into marrying him and like literally signing me over to the state. So the state will not signing me over to the state. So she had to like literally, when you're 17 in Arizona, you can get married, right? In some states you can get married at 17, 16, whatever, right? I think Illinois you can get married at 16 because that's how Aaliyah got married to R. Kelly. But it's like a certificate or some type of authorization your parents have to sign in order for you to get married, right? So she signed the certificate and stuff, or whatever the instrument was she signed, and then it allowed me to have rights to get married. So we got married and all that stuff, but it was all based off of religious beliefs, what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to have sex before marriage. That's a sin. Everything's a freaking sin. You know what I'm saying? In the Church of God in Christ, if a woman can't be behind a pulpit, a woman can't wear pants. She have to wear skirts. And this is to this day, all the way down to your ankles. Like, it's just so much indoctrination and there's so much control in religion. It's ridiculous. Now, I want to get to the factor of, and I'm just giving y'all like a background of how I was in church. Like I was in church literally 5 days out of the week. Like Mondays was like my grandmother, she was an usher. So Monday was the usher meetings. Tuesday was Bible study. Wednesday was children's or teen Bible studies and children Bible study. So we had to go to adult and the teen and children Bible study. Thursday was what was Thursday? Thursday was something. I can't remember what Thursday was, but I know Saturday was choir rehearsal and Sunday was church. I was in all that shit for years. I'm talking about had to memorize scriptures and all types of stuff. I'm talking about had to speak in tongues, even though I never knew what the hell I was doing any damn way. I was just chatting something. I'm talking about to the point of having to go and get hands laid on me and pastors trying to force me back to fall back. Never felt the spirit to where I needed to fall back, but they was pushing me, so I fell. You know, like all of that shit. Like, period. It never sat well with me. It never sat well with my soul. It never sat well with my spirit, what I was learning in church. The only thing that was really good to me that I liked was the music, like church gospel music, you know, and singing in the choir because I'm a singer. So naturally I have a voice. So it's like, okay, I love that part of it. It taught me the structure of music and how to sing and how to utilize my vocals. Yeah, that's cool. But it never sat well with me. When they said Jesus walked on water, I was like, how? When we used to have to do, you know, at the first of every month, we had to do the communion shit. I'm like, why are we like pretending that this cracker is like flesh and that this grape juice is blood? And why the hell will we eat it and drink it? In memory of Jesus dying on the cross for our sins, which we still sin. It just never made no sense to me, right? So as I got older, what was I, like 20? This is when y'all know I was living in New York. This is how I became into my awakening and stuff like that. And I was telling y'all how I had went, you know, down the street. I was walking down Harlem and how they had this book stand and I saw The Secret. That awakened me. And then with the whole, you know, zeitgeist breaking down Jesus, right? So I'm going to pull up a little bit of it so you guys can basically know. You can always go in on your own and watch this whole video in entirety. It's dropping so many jewels, and I definitely want to say it's like 2 hours long. So we're definitely not doing that. However, I'm going to give you a little bit of how, when I said I felt convicted by watching it, because, you know, you got to remember me. I'm a little girl from small town in St. Louis, like, brought up in church my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Everything was church based for me. So for me to be watching this and for them to be telling me like the Jesus story was fabricated, I was just like, oh my God, like, I think I'm going to hell for watching this. I'm going to hell because the thoughts I'm thinking is, damn, this shit makes sense, but damn, Jesus is real. I know the Lord is real to me. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like that. So I was just like, oh, okay. But it made so much sense. So I'm just going to let you guys hear a little bit of it. And then you can always go back, like I said, and watch it yourself. But I was in New York and they got me hip to this. One thing I can say about the East Coast always been ahead of time. Like the 5%ers, they've been calling each other God. You know what I'm saying? They've been speaking to each other as God. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people will be like, oh, like certain people, you got that from me. No, they've been what's up, God? You know what I'm saying? They've been calling each other. If you do any research on the 5%ers, they've been saying God, period. This is nothing new under the sun, people. But the East Coast, I can say that they're very privy to a lot of things.
Institutions of this world.
Hold on, let me make sure this is the right one.
Of the dirt. The religious institutions in this
okay,
world.
Here we go.
Spirituality is a particular term.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear this?
Actually means dealing with intuition. In the theistic tradition, there is notion of clinging into a word. A certain act is regarded as displeasing to divine principles. A certain act is regarded as pleasing for the divine whatever. In the tradition of non-theism, however, it is very direct that the case history are not particularly important. What is actually important is here and now. Here and now. Now is definitely now. We try to experience what is available there on the spot. There's no point in thinking that the past did exist that we could have now. This is now. This very moment. Nothing mystical, just now, very simple, straightforward. And from that nowness, however, arises a sense of intelligence, always, that you are constantly interacting with the reality one by one, spot by spot, constantly. We actually experience fantastic precision, always. But we are threatened by the now, so we jump to the past or the future. Paying attention to the materials that exist in our life, all these choices takes place all the time, but none of them are regarded as bad or good per se. Everything we experience are unconditional experience. They don't come along with a label by saying this is regarded as bad, this is good. But we experience them, but we don't actually pay heed to them properly. We don't actually regard that as that we are going somewhere, regard that as a hassle, waiting to be dead. Waiting to be dead. Waiting to be dead. Waiting to be dead. That's the problem. And that is not trusting the nowness properly, that what is actually experienced now possessed a lot of powerful things. It is so powerful that we can't face it. Therefore, we have to borrow from the past, invite future all the time. And maybe that's why we seek religion. Maybe that's why we march in the street. Maybe that's why we complain to society. Maybe that's why we vote for the presidents. It's quite ironical. Very funny indeed.
I'm gonna let y'all see it. Now this is what I saw, and this is what put me on. I ain't gonna lie.
The more you begin to investigate what we think we understand, where we came from, what we think we're doing, the more you begin to see we've been lied to. We've been lied to by every institution. What makes you think for 1 minute that the religious institution is the only one that's
damn commercials? Y'all can get this, by the way, it's on YouTube.
ever been touched? The religious institutions of this world are at the bottom of the dirt. The religious institutions in this world are put there by the same people who gave you your government, your corrupt education, who set up your international banking cartels. We have been misled away from the true and divine presence in the universe that men have called God. I don't know what God is, but I know what he isn't. And unless and until you are prepared to look at the whole truth And wherever it may go, whoever it may lead to, the more you educate yourself, the more you understand where things come from, the more obvious things become, and you begin to see lies everywhere. You have to know the truth and seek the truth, and the truth will set you free.
Now here it comes. This is what they finna do the breakdown. Dropping all jewels in this movie.
Because I gotta tell you the truth, folks. I gotta tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you. He loves you and he needs money. He always needs money. He's all powerful, all perfect, all knowing, and all wise. Somehow just can't handle money. Religion takes in billions of dollars, they pay no taxes, and they always need a little more. Now, you talk about a good bullshit story. Holy shit.
Now this is where we finna get into it. This is what woke me up, y'all. I wish I knew how to double this, like play through my screen thing. They finna get into dropping the jewels though, y'all.
This is the sun. As far back as 10,000 BC, history is abundant with carvings and writings reflecting people's respect and adoration for this object. And it is simple to understand why, as every morning the sun would rise, bringing vision, warmth, and security, saving man from the cold, blind, predator-filled darkness of night. Without it, the cultures understood the crops would not grow and life on the planet would not survive. These realities made the sun the most adored object of all time. Likewise, they were also very aware of the stars. The tracking of the stars allowed them to recognize and anticipate events which occurred over long periods of time, such as eclipses and full moons. They in turn cataloged celestial groups into what we know today as constellations. This is the cross of the zodiac, one of the oldest conceptual images in human history. It reflects the sun as it figuratively passes through the 12 major constellations over the course of a year. It also reflects the 12 months of the year, the 4 seasons, and the solstices and equinoxes. The term zodiac relates to the fact that constellations were anthropomorphized or personified as figures or animals. In other words, the early civilizations did not just follow the sun and stars, they personified them with elaborate myths involving their movements and relationships. The sun, with its life-giving and saving qualities, was personified as a representative of the unseen creator or God, God's Son, the light of the world, the savior of humankind. Likewise, the 12 constellations represented places of travel for God's Son, and were identified by names, usually representing elements of nature that happened during that period of time. For example, Aquarius, the water bearer, who brings the spring rains. This is Horus. He is the sun god of Egypt of around 3000 BC. He is the sun anthropomorphized, and his life is a series of allegorical myths involving the sun's movement in the sky. From the ancient hieroglyphics in Egypt, we know much about the solar messiah. For instance, Horus, being the sun or the light, had an enemy known as Set, and Set was the personification of the darkness or night. And, metaphorically speaking, every morning Horus would win the battle against Set, while in the evening Set would conquer Horus and send him into the underworld. It is important to note that dark versus light, or good versus evil, is one of the most ubiquitous mythological dualities ever known, and is still expressed on many levels to this day. Broadly speaking, the story of Horus is as follows. Horus was born on December 25th of the Virgin Isis Mary. His birth was accompanied by a star in the east, and upon his birth he was adored by 3 kings. At the age of 12, he was a prodigal child teacher. At the age of 30, he was baptized by a figure known as Anup, and thus began his ministry. Horus had 12 disciples he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick and walking on water. Horus was known by many gestural names such as the Truth, the Light, God's Anointed Son, the Good Shepherd, the Lamb of God, and many others. After being betrayed by Typhon, Horus was crucified, buried for 3 days, and thus resurrected. These attributes of Horus, whether original or not, seem to permeate many cultures of the world, for many other gods are found to have the same general mythological structure. Attis of Phrygia, born of the Virgin Nana on December 25th, crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected. Krishna of India, born of the Virgin Devaki, with a star in the east signaling his coming. He performed miracles with his disciples, and upon his death was resurrected. Dionysius of Greece, born of a virgin on December 25th, was a traveling teacher who performed miracles such as turning water into wine. He was referred to as the King of Kings, God's only begotten Son, the Alpha and Omega, and many others. And upon his death, he was resurrected. Mithra of Persia, born of a virgin on December 25th, he had 12 disciples and performed miracles, and upon his death was buried for 3 days and thus resurrected. He was also referred to as the Truth, the Light, and many others. Interestingly, the sacred day of worship of Mithra was Sunday. The fact of the matter is, there are numerous saviors from different periods from all over the world which subscribe to these general characteristics. The question remains, why these attributes? Why the virgin birth on December 25th? Why dead for 3 days in the inevitable resurrection? Why 12 disciples or followers? To find out, let's examine the most recent of the solar messiahs. Jesus Christ was born of the Virgin Mary on December 25th in Bethlehem. His birth was announced by a star in the east, which 3 kings or magi followed to locate and adorn the new Savior. He was a child teacher at 12, and at the age of 30, he was baptized by John the Baptist, and thus began his ministry. Jesus had 12 disciples, which he traveled about with, performing miracles such as healing the sick, walking on water, raising the dead. He was also known as the King of Kings, the Son of God, the Light of the World, the Alpha and Omega, the Lamb of God, and many, many others. After being betrayed by his disciple Judas and sold for 30 pieces of silver, he was crucified, placed in a tomb, and after 3 days was resurrected and ascended into heaven. First of all, the birth sequence is completely astrological. The star in the east is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which, on December 24th, aligns with the 3 brightest stars in Orion's belt. These 3 bright stars in Orion's belt are called today what they were called in ancient times, the 3 kings. And the 3 kings and the brightest star, Sirius, all point to the place of the sunrise on December 25th. This is why the three kings follow the star in the east in order to locate the sunrise, the birth of the sun. The Virgin Mary is the constellation Virgo, also known as Virgo the Virgin. Virgo in Latin means virgin. Virgo is also referred to as the house of bread, and the representation of Virgo is a virgin holding a sheaf of wheat. This house of bread and its symbol of wheat represents August and September, the time of harvest. In turn, Bethlehem, in fact, literally translates to house of bread. Bethlehem is thus a reference to the constellation Virgo, a place in the sky, not on Earth. There's another very interesting phenomenon that occurs around December 25th, or the winter solstice. From the summer solstice to the winter solstice, the days become shorter and colder. And from the perspective of the northern hemisphere, the sun appears to move south and get smaller and more scarce. The shortening of the days and the expiration of the crops when approaching the winter solstice symbolize the process of death to the ancients. It was the death of the sun. And by December 22nd, the sun's demise was fully realized, for the sun, having moved south continually for 6 months, makes it to its lowest point in the sky. Here a curious thing occurs. The sun stops moving south, at least perceivably, for 3 days. And during this 3-day pause, the sun resides in the vicinity of the Southern Cross, or Crux, constellation. And after this time, on December 25th, the sun moves 1 degree, this time north, foreshadowing longer days, warmth, and spring. And thus it was said, the sun died on the cross, was dead for 3 days, only to be resurrected or born again. This is why Jesus and numerous other sun gods share the crucifixion, 3-day death, and resurrection concept. It is the sun's transition period before it shifts its direction back into the northern hemisphere, bringing spring and thus salvation. However, they did not celebrate the resurrection of the sun until the spring equinox, or Easter. This is because at the spring equinox, the sun officially overpowers the evil darkness, as daytime thereafter becomes longer in duration than the night, and the revitalizing conditions of spring emerge. Now, probably the most obvious...
Now I'm going to stop there because I don't want to show y'all the whole thing, and it's very long. We 17 minutes in. It's almost 2 hours long. It's like, guys, I put it in the comments and things like that, so you guys can go check that out yourself. It goes very in depth. The only thing is they didn't go all the way back to the story, because the original and the oldest story known of the Trinity of the resurrection, birth, and things like that come from Heru, Asar, and Aset. And that was our people's story. And Asar, Aset, and Heru was actually, Asar is actually who they would call, the sun is Heru, right? Osiris, they said, is Heru, basically. So what they did is they used, the Greek mythology. It changed to Greek mythology, and then, like he said, all these other ones. But the original Egyptian, is Asar, Aset, Heru. Asar was the mother. Aset is the Asar is the father. I'm sorry. Aset is the woman, and then there was Heru, which was the son. And what happened is Asar he went to go to war or something like that. His brother went with him. He was jealous. He killed Asar, and that was Set, right? Set killed Asar, and then Asar was literally dead, the Nile River, dead, but he actually dumped his body there, and then went back and told Aset that he was killed at war. Aset turned into a phoenix, flying looking for her husband, found him at the Nile, flew over him, and then she became impregnated with Heru. That's where they come with her being able to have him have an erection, and then she was able to conceive Heru from that. So that's the original story. That's Egyptian mythology, and you all can go and look that up too as well. I learned that from Dr. Ray Hagins, which is an old pastor that became spiritual and started teaching spirituality and the truth about, our people and our mythology, our stories, things like that. So that's how I learned it. But the first part of it was Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist got me hip to that part. And then later, Dr. Ray Hagins came into my life and I was able to learn more about the original story of how everything happened. But as you see, it all started from the beginning. It all started from an original myth, right? An original story. And then as they kept on plagiarizing that story. Everybody kept on passing the same story down through, like they said, other religions and things like that. And then it came a Council of Nicaea. Dr. Ray Hagins, yeah, that's my teacher in St. Louis. He got a whole village in St. Louis. Yes, I come up under, that's why I've been trying to tell y'all, like I come up under teachers that for real about this life. Like they for real spiritual guided beings that got put here to teach us the truth. And so that we're able to see the truth and the light. You know what I'm saying? For what it is. But yeah, that's what happened. And people are sitting up here. So then they created this in the Council of Nicaea. They created the name Jesus, Jesus. They created that name in the Council of Nicaea. You can look that up too. So when people are always like, well, why would somebody make this type of stuff up? Why would somebody make this up? Well, we all know how our people are so brainwashed by religion to the point we've had people give their mortgage to the pastor in the church because of what the preacher is preaching, which is a lie, because the preacher then already went to school. What is it called? Theology school. They got to go through to theology school, which is from the Vatican. The Roman Catholic Church, they have to approve the theology certificate for them to even be granted as a preacher. And that's every single religion. There is no religion there's no pastor that can be ordained without it going through the Roman Catholic Church, which in turn goes through the Vatican. And we know about the Vatican. Ain't nothing good coming from the Vatican. So with that being said, this is what our people have been indoctrinated to believe, that this Jesus character as their Lord and Savior, died on the cross, rose again in 3 days, was able to feed thousands of people with 2 fish and a loaf of bread, or 3 fish and a loaf of bread. Like it's crazy when you find out the truth that people went through great lengths to fabricate a story and to fabricate it again and to put it in a book, place these things in a book and beat them onto the slaves here in America and now all over the world, so that you would be scared and you follow what the fuck they want you to follow. What do they have to gain from that? Domination. Control. To keep you mentally enslaved. And they've done a great number on our people. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Because religion doesn't do to the white folks and other nationalities like it do ours. Let's be clear. Religion does not have the same. Listen, they have to basically totally strip us of all of our true spirituality as 9 ether melanated beings, because if we were to tap in our real power and know the real power that we have, if we are to worship something else outside of ourselves, then we do not possess that power. We're basically powerless when you do that. Seeking for another entity outside of self, you're giving away your God power. You're waiting for something else to save you. You're waiting for something else to do. This is what killed me. When people be talking about now they know their bills was due and all this stuff, and they went and did overtime at work. Get paid and see their paycheck and be like, woo, Jesus really helped me with that. What? So your feet wasn't sore, your back wasn't hurting. You wasn't slinging boxes in the warehouse. You wasn't bagging groceries in the grocery store. You wasn't flipping burgers in Burger King. You wasn't doing none of that. Getting 3 hours of sleep or 4 hours of sleep because you at work for 12 hours out the day. That wasn't you. But you giving somebody outside of yourself that glory? Make that make sense to me. Please make it make sense. And now we're in an age of Aquarius where nothing is hidden anymore. It's literally out here in everybody's face. Everything that happened under the sun, and Jesus still ain't here. And yet that's not enough evidence for our people to let it go. Like literally, it's so many different things that didn't happen. I'm talking about over 400,000 women come up missing last year alone. Children being sex trafficked. I'm talking about babies. I'm talking about 2 and 3 year olds that they found whose whole fucking uterus is fucking like tore up. Like their organs and shit in the inside is all fucked up from men having sex with them. And that wasn't enough for Jesus to come down? This is babies. And it's still happening to today. So if we're going to believe in Jesus, I'm just going to say this much. If Jesus exists and he's the Lord and Savior, the light of the world, here to destroy the darkness, well, then why are all these dark beings able to continuously run rampant around this bitch and do everything that they're doing? And yet people still, well, you have to have faith. Well, they should have been saying that during COVID. Because you going around here getting jabbed up with some motherfucking sauce, demon juice that you have no idea what it's going to do to your body, and neither do they. Well, yeah, they do, but they're saying it's an experiment and they're hoping for the best. But Jesus got you, right? Jesus is your Lord and Savior. What are you wearing masks for? Jesus is your Lord and Savior. Like my mama said, well, Jesus did give us a brain for us to be smart about it. Yeah, well, somebody told you that mask was going to save you. Somebody told you that on the news, on the media. You didn't go do the research yourself and see it's not good to wear a mask 24 hours out the day, 8 hours out the day, even 2 hours out the day, and breathe your own fucking toxins. But we waiting on Jesus, our people, not me and not y'all, but our people. And people like, well, let them believe what they want to believe. Let me tell you what the problem is about that. Because if you can get people bamboozled and hoodwinked over that, that's how you can convince a whole nation to go get jabbed up with some demon juice that has a tech in it that's going to control them, literally lock their DNA up, edit it, and record what it wants to in their DNA to make the body and the mind do what it wants it to do. And it's controlled by a system, a computer system, AI, technology. Get where I'm coming from? So when you're sitting up here and saying, well, people can believe what they want to believe, and that's true. People can believe what they want to believe. But when it puts the brainwashing gets to a point to where the majority of people are this brainwashed, it's doing a disservice for the children and the generation that come. Because if you're going to be sitting up here stuck waiting on a Christ, that means you're not going to do what you can do to stop what's actually going on around the world. Something that you can stop: laws, mandates, poverty. Because you're waiting on a fictitious character to fly out the sky and do it, when all along it's up to you and everybody else to do it. As physical living beings, the truth. So when we bring that kind of stuff up, people get mad. And then they want to, let me tell you something. Because the white figure wasn't working no more, then we had other beings that still brainwashed, that look like you, come up with a whole nother character. And I guess that's supposed to make it better because the character looks like this. It's supposed to be better because the character looks like this. Hold on, let me get to it, y'all. I don't know what I just did with my phone. This character is supposed to make it better because it looked like this. This character. So I guess because he comes looking like this, he gonna come. He gonna come. And that's the problem. Waiting for somebody to save you instead of you saving yourself. Hoping and praying that that's like literally believing in a tooth fairy. That's like believing in Santa Claus. I'm sure some of y'all really did believe that story of Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, literally on the reindeers is flying him in the sky. If y'all think about it, they utilize and they plagiarize the same stories and make them sound the same. But literally just gonna come flying through the sky with reindeers and shit, with presents in the back of his motherfucking whatever the fuck that was that he had. And then he's supposed to come down a chimney with his big fat ass. Has anybody ever seen what a chimney looks like? See how ridiculous this story is? It's as ridiculous as the Jesus story. Except the Jesus story is way more drawn out and over exaggerated. So somebody says, so why deers can't fly now? I never knew they could. I never knew they could. Shoot, I never knew that. You know what I'm saying? I know fairies fly. Shit, bees fly, birds fly. I know dragons can fly. There's some dragons that fly, but I didn't know anything about reindeers. She said stories be sounding delusional as fuck now. Okay. And then y'all think about it. They done came up with so many fucking things to mind fuck us. Jack and Jill went up the hill to catch a pail of water. Why would you go up a hill to catch water? Water is downward, not up. Only thing I know that's up as far as water is like waterfalls and shit. If you talking about a well, that's always ground level. That's in the ground. You got to go down to get some water. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, yeah, these people have been lying to you forever. So why would you sit here and think for 1 second they ain't lied to you about Jesus being nailed on the cross? Died and rose again in 3 days. Born to a Virgin Mary, and Mary already had a child. So how was she a virgin? Like, we didn't put none of this shit together because guess what? We wasn't thinking for ourselves. We wasn't reading for ourselves either. We were reading along with what the pastor told us. And a lot of these pastors know this shit is a lie. Creflo Dollar and TD Jakes, they're all actors. They doing that shit because they getting paid really good money for doing that shit. Dead ass. They selling their people and not giving a fuck because they getting money. Cars, trips, nice suits, gator boots. Meanwhile, they talking about some, go ahead, if you need your mortgage paid, you need this and that paid, and blah, blah, blah. Come and put it, give it to God. Give God your 10%. You can't be cheating God. Whole time, lights getting cut off. Late on your rent and your mortgage because you sitting up here trusting God, knowing that this part that you finna get a God could pay your whole mortgage. But you gonna trust God because the pastor told you your wealth is coming. Meanwhile, he driving off in a fucking Bentley. And you over there, you okay because the choir is good today when they singing Jesus gonna work it out. And they rocking the house. And they making sure they rock it while the plate going around or while you going up to give your offering. So you dancing to go give your motherfucking rent money or your mortgage to the fucking pastor, to the church. And when all that music wear off and the spirit that you feeling, because they telling you feeling the spirit and you saying to yourself you feel the spirit. So you feel the spirit because you're going to feel the vibrations of the music. And the music, we're already innately connected to vibrations. So yeah, you're going to feel that energy and that highness in the vibration from the music. It's innately in you for you to feel it. Us as a people, that we're always musical. We're musical beings. Then when that high wear off and you leaving from church and Monday come and you got to go to work, tired and everything, getting ready to do like 60 hours in a week. And that letter come, Jesus ain't work it out. Now you got to go do more overtime to work out what Jesus didn't work out. Anybody can feel free to join. The link is up top somewhere in the comments. But I just have to say, like, at the end of the day, people come from me in underneath these posts and they're like, you better hurry up and repent. Repent for what? To who? What am I doing wrong? But seeing shit for what it really is. I'm not going to live a fairy tale lie. If you choose to live a fairy tale lie, that's all on you, my nigga. But that ain't on me. Because I know I got to make it happen. I know I got to go out here and do the moves and make the moves to make shit move for me and my family. I know ain't nothing going to get done unless I do this shit in a physical form. Now, I know I can manifest some things. I can speak things into existence because the control of what can happen is within me. But the whole time I'm sitting up there not doing that and waiting for some fictitious character and giving my energy to a motherfucking character, that's when shit ain't gonna happen for me. It's a lie, people. It's a lie. We've had many people. Well, there was a Jesus there was what they say, there was a Messiah that walked the earth. We've had many Messiahs. We've had many teachers. I'm a teacher. I'm a speaker of truth and light. I have been amongst prostitutes. I have been out there feeding the homeless, walking them in stores, telling them to pick up their fruits and fucking food and sandwiches and chips and shit like that. Get you a drink. I've done that. Giving money to them while they're sleeping on the storefronts with nothing but a little blanket. It's cold as hell in St. Louis. I'm doing that. I'm utilizing my time and energy to uncover truth and show people the light. So we're going to talk about messiahs. A lot of us are messiahs. A lot of us are messiahs walking the earth. What's the difference? So let's stop with the bullarchy, y'all. Let's stop. Everybody looking for something outside of self. They looking for a whole nother motherfucker to save them, and only you can save you. Ain't nothing else out there. There's no spirit being out there that's saving you besides you. And that's gonna save you besides you. I'm waiting for the Bible thumpers and shit to come on here. That be always having something to say underneath my live streams and comments when I'm off of them. But they don't never fucking say nothing while I've been had an open forum lately. Come on in. The link is there. I keep on sending the link. Come on. Because I'm ready for you. Like I want you to come. Because I'm honestly done typing back to y'all and commenting back to y'all underneath my post. I'm done. She said a pastor drive right by a motherfucker on the street. Can't trust them. You definitely can't. And they know, y'all, they go to theology school. So they know the truth. They know the truth. I'm telling you. Dr. Ray Hagins, which was an ex-pastor, he tell us this. These pastors know the fucking truth. But it's up to them to change their ways and try to, but see, they don't want to. Because it's all about keeping you conditioned and controlled so that they get personal gain for it, for them and their family. They don't give a fuck about you. Just like this government don't give a fuck about you. We got people out here, we got women out here treat the pastor better than their damn husband. They want fucking validation from their pastor. They cooking a whole meal for the pastor, and the husband go home, what we eating today? You better eat them leftovers. The fuck? Breaking up homes all over America. Because of Jesus and Pastor Ray. Yeah, y'all jump on the link. Come on, Remix Queen. Get in here. Let me turn my light back on, y'all. Yeah, get in here, please, sure. Because I would like these people, you know, they sit and they watch the live stream or they watch it later, and then they want to, hey, Dom, then they want to come up in here and talk shit to me under comments.
I just want to come up on here and say, how dare you talk about my Jesus Christ like that?
Girl, if they don't get Jesus and tell his ass to get the fuck down from that cross because he ain't slaving shit.
Come and help us.
Period. Fuck. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of
let
it.
Me wait. I don't want to jump on here. Maybe somebody else want to come on, but ain't nobody come on. So I'm like, okay.
Girl, if more people can come on too, just so y'all know. But girl, Dom, please, girl, will you please tell these?
Listen.
I'm gonna let you take over for a second because look, I done got hot. I gotta go get a cold towel because the spirit is moving through me. I'm about to go get the Holy Ghost.
That's the Holy Ghost. Right? Listen, y'all, it's a bunch of bullshit. I was just telling my tribe family earlier. I remember I was like about 6 or 7. And I remember my mom, she was telling me like, oh, you know, if you want, I think I wanted like a Barbie doll or something. And she's like, you know, if you want it, you know, you're going to have to like, you go pray for it. So I'm like, okay. And while I was doing it, I went back to her and I'm like, but okay, Mom, if I'm praying to God about me wanting a Barbie doll, what if there's somebody's grandma who's in the hospital with cancer or some shit? he's not going to be worried about me wanting a fucking Barbie doll. He's going to go take care of grandma in the hospital with cancer. So I used to always, and of course, I grew up in the typical, Black household, Christian family, went to church every Sunday, same thing as Drea, bunch of bullshit. So I used to just always run through my mind, like, if I'm praying to him for this, there's got to be somebody out there with some words. How is this one person controlling everybody? No, something don't sound right. And before I went through my actual spiritual awakening, I had thought I was going to go get with God. And it just so happened that it just went the other way. And I found out like about spirit and ancestors. And it was just a wrap after that. And I was just like, well, thank you. Now I know that I was never crazy all my life for not getting jiggy with this shit, because I used to feel so bad, like, damn, I'm like 23 now, like I should really get with God, like it's about that time. Now I'm like, yeah, I feel better. Now I know I wasn't bugging all these years. Like, how the fuck, how? No, it's a bunch of bullshit. And like you just said, when you sit back and listen to the stories, you just be like, delusional behavior. Definitely. Like, for facts. It's
Somebody
real.
said, hold on. Somebody said, do you believe in another God? I'm gonna let you answer, then I answer, Dom.
Yes, me. Right here. Yeah. I do. Yeah, and it's me.
I believe, listen, I don't believe, first off. Let me start there. Because lie is in belief. And when you start breaking down the prefixes, the suffixes, and you start breaking down syllables of words, be lie. Okay, L-I-E. So I don't believe in lies, and I don't like belief.
Right.
So my thing is, I know that the one thing that we can depend on is Earth, Mother, the Great Mother, which is what supplies you with the food, the water, the sun, the air, the trees to give you the air and the oxygen and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I connect with Earth. But other than that, only I'm going to save me. I've been my savior this whole time and just didn't know it. I have intuition. I have discernment. Nobody gave, that's innately inside of me. That spirit being in you is giving you have all the tools you need to save yourself. But you have to tap into it. You got to start listening to it. We've been told not to listen to our own discernment, our own intuition. And when we was in church and we had it and they'll tell you have it, it's conditional. When there should be no conditions on the powers that you have, because discernment is a power. Intuition is a power. So when people are saying, oh, well, God saved me from this crazy wreck and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Let me tell you something. You already knew how you decided how you was going to die, how you was going to live, what you was going to do when you came back down to this planet. So if you've been in a situation where you didn't die in a car accident, or this didn't happen, or that didn't happen, because it wasn't your time to go. It wasn't no God or no Jesus that saved you from that accident. It wasn't your time.
That's it.
Period. It wasn't and we don't die. We transition, reincarnate, go to other realms. We are star beings, light beings, stardust. We don't die. That's another lie that I'm sick of. I remember when people used to talk about reincarnation back in the day. Now, one thing I can say about our people, that we have some things, traditions that we have kept from our elders and our ancestors. Like we used to always be like, oh, he been here before, she been here before. Mm-hmm. But yet we believe in Jesus and no reincarnation. But yet Jesus rose again in 3 days. I'm confused. Are we supposed to believe in reincarnation or not? Because even if you Christian and you don't believe in reincarnation, then why the hell you believe in Jesus rose again in 3 days? Oh, only Jesus can do it? If Jesus can rise again in 3 days after he was hung on the cross and all this shit, why he can't come down and save the children when they're getting molested and trafficked? Why he couldn't save our ancestors from being beat and hung, tied to trees,
eaten,
hair cut off and put into couches and chairs for cushion. Women having to breastfeed their babies and have sex with their husbands. Not have sex, be raped by their husbands.
Right.
Are men being raped by the masters? They don't talk about that part.
Nope.
She said that's why when you see people in their dying bed, first thing they say is, "I'm ready." That soul knows. And that's the thing when people be like your ancestors, right? Now I know my grandmother and my grandfather is my spiritual ancestors, meaning that they're still in the spirit realm. They never came back, right? They didn't come back here reincarnated. And that happens too, right? They stay in the spirit realm to be able to help, you know what I'm saying, and guide. So my grandmother, I know she around me. I could just tell. Like, honestly, she's the one leading me to the knowledge. So I can get the understanding not to believe this religious bullshit, not to be indoctrinated, to free our next generations from this bullshit and this bullarchy. But yeah, like literally they know, like they be knowing when they on their deathbed, they know. And there's no reason for us to be scared of leaving. When we leave, we're supposed to be leaving because we got something else to do. We're infinite beings. Mm-hmm. So the whole point is you learn every time you come back here on this planet. This is a school of learning. It's something you got to accomplish and something you got to do, whether it's for generations, whether it's to right some wrongs of your ancestors, whatever the case may be, you're here for a purpose and a reason. You got a purpose. And that purpose is not to find a fucking savior to go hang on to and believe in. Because you're doing a disservice to our people, our star family, our galactic family. We are infinite beings. We have many families in other realms, other planets. You are doing a disservice to them, sitting up here worshiping a white man, a man that looked like a white man, but that's black, painted black now. You're doing a disservice to them because you're actually looking for something outside of self when you are one of the greatest things that's ever happened on this planet. As a melanated being, you're doing a disservice. And it's a slap and a spit in every single one of their faces. And to our people overall. And I'm really sick of it. And these the same motherfuckers that's twerking in the club, shaking their ass, talking about some, what's that new shit they talking about now? Hoochie daddy and all this shit. These the same motherfuckers carrying on this bullshit, but want to get mad at me about Jesus.
Right. Yep.
Make it make sense.
If you ain't never Google the value of melanin before, please go do it.
Sir, you want me to do it right now?
That's all I'm gonna do.
I love receipts. Yeah, I know I just be playing, but shit, for real. I mean, I be playing, but I be for real.
It's real shit. It's 2022. When they really, I mean, they always put it in our face, but now they really putting in our face. There is no need for nobody to still be out here chasing this genome.
This shit is on Amazon. Y'all want me to show you? Let me read it first, then I'm going to show you. Let me read it, then I'm going to show you, and then it's going to fuck you up. Amazon.com. Now, I didn't even know I was going to find it on Amazon. See the ancestors, how they work, girls. See how they guide us to truth, to help these people.
Always.
33, there they go, right there. 33 viewing right now. Amazon.com. Melanin is worth more than gold. Is this the era of, hold up. Let's open it up. Is this the era of the blessed generation? Hold on. It's showing. Hold on. Where we at? Because this is a book, y'all. Hold on. But it said it in here. Hold on. Let me go back. It's called, so if y'all want to know what it's called, before I get off here, it's $13. Y'all better start buying these little $5 and $10 books and 13. I forgot to tell you the books I bought, girl, for the UCC stuff. But anyway, I'll tell you that in a minute. Some jewels. But anyway, it says in June 2014, a post to the Kiyasha, the Awakening blog, openly declared melanin is worth $353 a gram and 300 a gram more than gold. 300 a gram more than gold. Y'all listen. The average black
people
person
understand how much that is.
Hold up. The average black person has almost 40 million worth of melanin in their body. $40 million worth of melanin in their body. And you wonder why they kidnapping our women, because they got the uteruses too. We got the uteruses too. And they want our uteruses. So on top of being worth $40 million just in melanin, tell me we ain't God. Get the fuck out of here. We worth more than gold. And they always tell me, silver and gold, I'd rather have Jesus. And you worth more than silver and gold? Get the fuck out of here. Hell no. Fuck that. I'm God.
That's it. It don't get no better.
I'm God. You God. The fuck? Yep, that's why they killing us. They using our body parts to stay alive. Look at George Soros' old ass. Let me go on that video. y'all just don't know. I be mad. Y'all don't know because we don't even know our own fucking power. And we giving this shit to these motherfuckers. We could have been took this planet back over. But ignorance and Jesus is why we not there. Fucking tell me shit. These ignorant ass motherfuckers underneath my post trying to act like I'm stupid like them. Fuck out of here. Don't ever insult my intelligence.
No.
It ain't never been about a Rashad or a YP. It's always been about the truth.
That's it.
Get on your level. Get on that frequency. It's here. Know thyself. And you won't be bamboozled and hoodwinked. You won't be getting raped in the astral realm. I ain't done.
You know how to protect yourself.
I ain't done. Shit. The fuck? Where that old ass nigga at? If y'all know on my Facebook, I be dropping hella jewels on my Facebook that y'all can share to y'all people and y'all family. It's called New Free Drea. All them other Facebook pages, they done locked me out of every single one of them because that's how much motherfucking truth I be spitting. Period. How many people have literally started following my knowledge and information that I post so they can share it with their people? Look at this old ass bitch.
Since the last Davos meeting, the cost.
This is George Soros. This motherfucker old as fuck. He can barely talk.
Russia invaded Ukraine. That has shaken Europe to its core.
This motherfucker got our organs, our people organs in his body.
Prevent such a thing from happening. Even when the fighting stops, as it eventually must, the situation will never revert to what it was before.
This motherfucker look like a corpse. This motherfucker look like a corpse. up there on the World Forum telling motherfuckers about a war that he probably can't even see nor hear.
Nope. And then the lizard over there, and
He said, the fuck is that? Girl, I don't know. A dead body with some melanin organs.
mm-hmm. Yep, that lizard over there in England too, talking about some celebrating her 70th birthday. Then this bitch just died 2 weeks ago. Wasn't everybody
Why,
just on the
right? She
internet?
just died and then she back alive again. Don't nobody think about that. Oh,
I
that
said,
was
okay, maybe I was the only one.
no, they can control the media. So when they die, oh, that was false information.
Mm-hmm.
Fact checkers said it was false. Fact checkers
Yep.
only check the truth to be false, but it's really the truth.
Exactly.
If fact checkers checked it, it's the truth.
Definitely.
If they checked it as it being false, it's the truth. Everything is the opposite on this planet.
Everything. When you think it's impossible or no, they wouldn't do that. They did that shit. Just know. They did that shit. Just like, listen, y'all ain't ready to get into the school shooting that just happened.
Girl, you get out my head, niece. I was just about to talk about that stuff.
They ain't ready. I don't think they ready for it. I don't think they ready for it.
You don't think they ready for it?
They really about to hate you now.
Look, we already talked about it on the other live stream, and I told them, y'all, these are psyops.
Listen.
They want to steal your energy. They want you to get upset about it. They want to take your guns.
Yep.
They want to take your guns. Now, if you notice since the shooting, and then another one. You know that, right? Just happened today.
Yep.
You know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I just posted that today, too.
There's been like 6.
Yeah.
It was.
And all you see is Biden and pushing for gun, to take guns. Here we go.
Yep.
1 dead and 7 injured after shooting at Oklahoma Festival. This happened today during their holiday. Every holiday, y'all, just, you know what? Quit fucking partying on these fucking holidays. I don't give a fuck which one it is. These motherfuckers out here energy harvesting and taking your money at the same time.
That's all it is.
I've been in the crib we've been in the crib working on the fucking site and shit and getting everything prepared to help people get their status changed so they can get the fuck out this fucking slavery system.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody barbecuing and going to the pool and having a party and na. For what? Oh, but guess what I did do? Pulled up the news because I wanted to see what they had going while y'all was distracted.
Mm-hmm.
They had to stage more shit so you could be scared of people with guns. So when they come knocking on your doors because you're refusing to get this new vaccination that they're about to push for the monkeypox, and you're about to deny the testing that they already started creating for monkeypox, you won't have any rights, and you'll be able to be detained.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start putting the federal mandate out there and shit like they did with this other shit to make us fear and make other people go get jabbed up.
We in a pandemic.
We already, do y'all not see we getting ready to go into another pandemic? They letting everybody kick it right now so they can go into this new bullshit for the fall.
Yep, they're going
to all gonna roll out during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And in the fall, they finna get it to where your ass is even more broke. Because this time ain't no stimulus is going out.
No, they ain't giving out
because
shit.
it's too many people reclaiming their trust now. And they're not going to tell you that's why the rest of the economy has crashed. People are claiming their trust worth millions and trillions of dollars. They're getting back claim over their shit.
Mm-hmm. I think from January up until now, it was I saw a video like 2 weeks ago. It was already 1.5 million that authenticated their birth certificate.
Oh
And
yeah.
they were projecting by the end of the year, it should be a total of 3 million people that should have authenticated their birth certificate. It's over.
And they
It's done.
and they stopping people from going to get their birth certificates. Why the fuck you think that is?
People talking about some, oh, I'm trying to go online and search up my information and I can't find my name. I can see my sibling's name and my cousin's name, but I can't find my name.
They already said Biden already signed it off to no more sovereignty.
But didn't they just have the meeting with the World Health Organization?
Yeah, the World Health Organization. Y'all don't even see us. Motherfuckers want to argue with me on YouTube. I'm out here free.
I'm out.
My name in the world courts. You want to argue with me? Y'all over here praying and doing fucking character letters for Rashad Jamal. You want to argue with me about this nigga that's detained?
Showing up to motherfucking court.
I can't even be detained. Make that make sense. My life don't revolve around that nigga, but yours do.
But y'all so protected.
So, listen, one thing I know Mauritius wouldn't let me do is get detained.
And that's it.
Mauritius, my ancestors, my spirit guides, the fairies.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Y'all ain't know that though, did ya? I got too many got my back. And other beings I don't even know about.
Right.
In the spirit realm. Unknown. Ancestors known and unknown. Fuck you mean? Y'all want to argue with me about that nigga, Jesus, and some other shit that don't even fucking matter. And meanwhile, I'm sitting up here about to buy a fucking get a whole house, a brand new car, and I'm free from the system. Make that make sense? Sorry, you don't utilize your time today to fucking figure shit out for yourself because you are God.
No, y'all too busy at the cookouts today with y'all fake ass family that y'all was just talking shit about on the phone with your cousin TT. That's what y'all was doing.
But make sure they made it to TT house or whoever house they were talking about
for the cookout today. Okay.
I can't. Girl, you just don't know. I just be sitting back reading these comments like these dumbass motherfuckers. And I really be trying. Honestly, me getting married has changed me, guys.
We love it.
It has changed me. I am nicer. I know y'all don't see it, but I am. And it ain't for you to see, apparently. But I just feel like, but at the end of the day, you know, when it's all said and done, people are waiting for something outside of themselves to save them. And that's why they're in the positions that they're in. Period, point blank. I don't care whether you listen. I want you to save yourself. I want you to be free of all the indoctrination from Jesus to Rashad Jamal to whoever else your ass need to fucking, you feel like you need to go follow.
Right.
YP and everybody else. Now y'all ain't said shit about YP because he done showed himself and proved himself to be exactly who the fuck he is, a clown. He was worshiping so many deities that they didn't end up fucking clashing. He didn't even know certain deities don't get along. He's sitting up there having them all on the altar.
Don't make me.
And then you worshiping African spirituality, nigga, and you American. You ain't even tapping into your American ancestors. You weren't even born in Africa.
Yo, I can't. But this
I
is,
can't
this
these
is
niggas
the
either.
people here. This is the people that y'all looking up instead of worrying about yourself.
Complete clowns.
Yo, he had everybody on the altar. Like everybody.
Girl, he was worshiping everybody.
This is crazy.
Yes. So, and every time you try to tell people something about it, you're like, okay, well, maybe that's not a good idea. Well, that's not how you're supposed to go about this or that. Then the main thing they want to say is, you're hating. Oh, you're cloud chasing. Let me tell you something. I am a grown ass fucking woman. I have no reason to cloud chase. I know more than probably a lot of you young people that want to come on here that haven't even tapped in enough to know thyself. Because you just started, he woke me up. To what? Exactly. What did he wake you up to?
Exactly.
Some shit that he learned from other elders? Did you ever think to go and study the other elders that was teaching shit before he even was here? See, I like to go to the original. Like I told my mama. If I'm going to believe some text, I'm going to believe the oldest text known to man. Exactly. That's how these people bamboozle about the Bible. The Bible was plagiarized off of Egyptian mythology and text. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to go and believe in something or read something for it to be true to you, go to the oldest text. Don't go to the newest teachers.
When they out here making New Testaments every year and shit.
Right. That's the same thing with spirituality. They out here making new agent spiritualities. Whatever you want to call them. Shit. I ain't never claimed to be no spiritual teacher with a university. So y'all can't never come for me. I'm just out here sitting back, observing like, damn, they need to hurry up and save themselves because I see them going down the abyss. That's all that be. My channel is called Drea Talk. Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to talk my shit. Along with the truth. It's just funny to me, though. I gotta make fun of y'all. Because y'all not listening. Y'all not using your brain and your intuition. So I have to laugh at you. Sorry. Not sorry. Because hopefully it's like tough love for you. Constructive criticism. But it's out of love. Because if I didn't love you, I wouldn't point it out. I just sit back going about my life and let you go ahead and keep jumping off the cliff with all the rest of the clowns and sheep and shit like that. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be over there in the background like, hey, don't go that way. I done seen thousands of people fall off that motherfucker and never come back.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. Go into things with utilizing that third eye. Don't go into situations literally seeing with these two. That's going to lead you astray every time. These, honestly, is not your main. This is not your main eyes. Nope. This one right here is. If you still fucking let me tell you, some of y'all still brushing y'all teeth with fluoride. I know you are.
Out here using Colgate.
They out here using Colgate, Crest. What's the other shit?
I can't even remember.
I don't even remember it anyway either because I don't use that shit no more. But y'all out here using that shit and that shit is clogging your pineal glands. Y'all, some of y'all still eating pork.
Mm-hmm. Drinking
with aluminum water under your arm every day for deodorant. Like, come on, y'all. Snap out of it.
It's the little shit. It's the little shit.
We in the age of Aquarius. You don't get an excuse to be dumb no more. You're willfully blind, deaf, and dumb. Willfully. It's a choice now.
It's in your face.
Plain sight.
In your face because they have to. They have to. It's just up to you if you're going to choose to understand it or get it or not. But they tell you every fucking thing that they do. Mm-hmm. Now, it may be in different ways. They may be putting it in a music or in a movie or in a commercial, but they tell you everything that they do. Everything.
They sure tell on themselves. So has any of you all, come to think of it, has any of you all seen that Netflix cartoon, Inside Job? Mm-hmm. They telling y'all what they do. Yep. They telling y'all what the elite is about. They telling y'all about the cloning. They
All
tell
of
you
that.
about everything in there. Everything. The baby drinking, the blood drinking ceremonies, the baby sacrificing. They tell you everything in there. And they call it a comedy. They laughing at you niggas.
Yep.
Every time they put truth stuff out there, it's in a comedy.
Always. Or they putting it on them talk shows and having the fake audience.
Yeah.
No.
Because they laughing at these niggas. Because it's funny.
Because they know y'all ain't gonna get it. Or y'all really gonna think that it's really a joke. You just gotta sit here and just open your eyes and think, these motherfuckers ain't that smart. Where do y'all think they get these ideas for these movies and shit? Like Marvel. Who do y'all think Marvel is about? Y'all think those are really white people? Y'all really think white people was out here doing that? Who do y'all think they made Marvel about?
All the superheroes.
I ain't never watched Marvel, and I was told to go watch that new Doctor Strange. And when I tell you, they put our entire shit in there, I was literally in the movie theater like, damn, we was the shit.
Mm-hmm. And still are. We just got to tap into that. We got to change. We got to change what's happening overall on this planet. Once we change what's happening overall, and it's known that we're learning and we're growing, then we'll be able, it's like we're kids and we're in a school of learning. And once we all got it as a mass majority, then we're bringing and we're raising a vibration, which is the power. I'm telling y'all one thing, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now on this planet, but it's a major energy shift happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you,
on and popping tonight.
My ear rang yesterday for literally a whole minute straight. The longest my right ear, the longest it's rang ever in my lifetime. Ever since I've been spiritual and it's been ringing. It rang for a whole fucking minute. Like to the point I was like, what the fuck is like it? Because I'm used to it ringing. And I'll sit there in a moment of silence and just try to, you know what I'm saying, allow myself to get whatever downloads I'm supposed to, because that's the ancestors ringing a line. And when I tell you it rang for a whole minute, it's like they needed me to know it's going down. Down.
Yeah. Yeah, it was long. I had to cover my ear to make sure. I'm like,
yours was doing it too? Yours did it too?
Oh, yeah. And it just happened again to me earlier. I'm like, am I hearing it still? Or am I, oh yeah, it's still going. Listen, something's going on. Something is going on. It's going down. It's over. Yeah, it's over. Y'all gotta really go within yourself because it's done. Y'all ain't gonna have no government or no massa to go run to or to look for what they gonna do with the world next. Y'all better figure it out. Y'all better figure it out now.
Because I'm telling you right now, this shit, we talked about it earlier. Remember when I told you we the new elite? Y'all can get on board or get lost.
That's it. And listen, if you don't, you gonna get out of here one way or the other. And mother gonna make sure.
It's happening, y'all. It's going down right now.
Literally, as we speak. And just watch outside tonight. And we might catch a little bit of action because I know I'm gonna be watching.
I'm sure gonna be outside because that long ringing in the ear was saying something. And then with them doing all this distractional shit today during these memorial ceremonies and shit.
Yeah.
That's probably why I had to take that nap, y'all. That's why I had to keep on putting this live stream up. I literally was drained. And I know I was doing a lot of, researching and, making sure we got all the stuff to be able to get people status corrected and, being trustees and stuff. But it was something different when I had to rest. Like they made me rest. Like my body literally just went into crash mode. And I don't take naps. I don't typically have to take naps or nothing like that. So, and somebody said, oh my God, mine too. A little gold 5 said, oh my God, mine too. Mines don't normally ring. She said she put her hand on her right ear and the left one started ringing. Wow.
It's going down.
It's going down tonight. Tonight it goes down. Y'all don't know that song. That song old, but anyway, his name's Kelly Sell.
Listen.
Y'all if you want to, you know, some old school rap. So y'all is old school. But yeah, so I don't know, y'all. Listen, I just be here just trying to, you know, connect with y'all and build with y'all. And that's all it be about is building. Hold on, let me unlock the door from my room. Tonight it goes down. Yeah, y'all, but this shit happening. It's happening. And we really making some changes here on this planet. And just getting into, you want to talk about the status correction and stuff? Because I know earlier somebody was messaging about it and we got into something totally else. What they say. Somebody was talking about the status correction. Oh, look at the new driver's licenses. We don't need them. We're not contracted through this government. But there's a reason for the new driver's licenses, the real IDs, all of that stuff. It's going down. Oh, I posted this on my Facebook. Y'all be dropping jewels on my Facebook. I'm sorry. I should start dropping them in here too and uploading it. But they got this, what is it called? I can't think. When I was at the airport. Remember I showed you? I posted it on Facebook where they scan at the airport. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's the new ID. They can scan your retinas, your eyes. And I'm more than sure this is a connection for people that's been jabbed. I'm sorry. But I think so. My whole spirit told me that when I was in the airport and I saw that shit. And they're making it like, oh, you can skip the line.
No, I'll wait.
You can skip the line if you sign your eyes up to the retina machine. These motherfuckers don't be getting it, boy. They think it's a game out here. And I'm just sitting here like, because, you know, I'm exempt to all this shit. This shit ain't for me. This shit for motherfuckers that's still a part of the system. This shit for motherfuckers that's still in 3D.
Yep.
This doesn't apply to me. But it's still trippy when I see this shit. Because I'm on the phone with my man like, babe, they over here scanning people retinas. And he like, yep. You know, he's so laid back. Right. Like, yep. Because he been teaching this shit too for years. So he like, well, we tried to tell him, babe. Like, he just laid back on shit. He don't give a fuck at this point. He like, okay, we're going to help those that want to be helped. Those that don't, fuck them. We just got to see the sheep go to slaughter. We knew this, though. I don't want to see y'all go to slaughter, though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to see y'all go to slaughter. I don't want to,
because it's not when you can change it.
It's not necessary, right? It's not necessary when the truth is already there. I think I deleted them. Fuck. I'm definitely not going on my Facebook. I be posting too much shit, so it's way down there somewhere. But they scanning retinas. If any of y'all been to the airport, they sure got this little system, this new system, where all you got to do is walk up to the thing, ding, and you get to walk straight through. All your ID is on your eyes through your retinas. What the fuck type of technology is this?
Yeah, they out here wilding. They out here wilding.
My sister quit Tesla because they were scanning retinas for them to be able to clock in.
And
she said, I'm not getting linked up to nothing, no system like that. And quit. And she was getting paid $30 an hour.
Because that's all they need, one time. That's all they needed is one time.
And my sister ain't even awakened like a lot of y'all claiming to be. And she know better than to get her retina scan.
Because it's like, come on.
It's like, that's common sense, though. It should be.
Hey, they say that's what people lack the most.
She said, I told people all this was coming, but they all thought I had went off the deep end. They always think we went off the deep end. We crazy.
Conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. And
But
everything we
everything
talked about that came out.
So how?
First you said, they can't make you get no vaccination. Dom, didn't they say that? They can't make us not do this and that and blah, 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 blah. You right. They can't make you, but your ass went and volunteered.
Yep.
So, you know, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I come in love. I come in peace. But, you know, it's all up to y'all to see what's really in your face. You know, I can't make you believe anything. I can't make you see things as though it is. Because it's not as though it seems, it's though it is.
Yep.
Somebody said common sense ain't so common. Yes, my birth people think I'm crazy. That's good. Because that means you're not a sheeple. If they thinking you crazy, that means that you're a part of the chosen. Because we're all crazy to the rest of the world. There's only a small percentage of us in the whole world. This how you know it's a small percentage of chosen, because even my star family in London and Ghana is finding me here in America. We're finding each other.
Yep.
So with that being said, you on the right path. Fuck them. At least you ain't gonna be in nobody concentration camp, because you know better.
When they out here telling motherfuckers, oh, just come here for the night and we gonna make sure y'all good tomorrow. Y'all gonna look back and see, well, goddamn, we done been here for 6 months.
Yeah, it's FEMA.
I was never leaving.
It's gonna be FEMA that's gonna be swooping them up. They're gonna have a check. We have checks ready for you. They're gonna be bribing y'all with a little $500, $10,000 or $1,000 check, and y'all gonna run go do it just because it's a check. Just like people went and got jabbed for a $5 bag of weed.
People was out here. What was the state when they was doing the lottery or some shit? Putting people, if you got in, you put your name in, and they was giving out different amounts.
Oh yeah, and supposed to be paying off people's what was that, college funds and all this other stuff. All we need you to do is go get jabbed. And all you know is that all I want you to know is all they have to do is flip a switch and you're gonna do exactly what the fuck they want you to do. Yep. If you jabbed, period. Oh, and don't let you have when you got that booster. Your ass gonna be your body breaking down as we speak. Your body breaking down as we speak. You're equivalent to a person that has AIDS, HIV.
They tell you. They told you this. They said it on the news.
Who is Popeye? Somebody said free Popeye. Oh, Popeye's chicken. Free Popeye's chicken.
Right.
They always get us with the chicken and the biscuit.
Shit. I still ain't taste that chicken sandwich yet.
Girl, neither did I. The fact that everybody go run and get something is the fact I never do it. I'm never going to go run and go do nothing everybody doing.
Nope.
If the masses is following it, listen.
That was the perfect time.
I don't want to do it. Yep. Anything they see the masses doing, all they got to do is inject it with something or do this and do that, and it's a fucking wrap. Y'all, you see how they saying that the hepatitis A is in strawberries? Oh, they released that today too, in case y'all didn't see it. There's a lot of shit getting released. Master P didn't sacrifice his daughter. She was 29.
The shit going on with
R27.
Pastor T.D. Jakes and his daughter. Somebody
What
just came
happened?
out and said his daughter done stole somebody's kid. They went and befriended like a broken mom, and she ended up stealing the child. Went to court, paid off the judge, and now it's Pastor T.D. Jake's daughter. It's her child now, and the mom is like
What?
all on social media, like crying, like I need help. They knew that I was broken and I was broke, and she befriended me and acted like she was gonna help me and get my life together, and she ended up and took my child. And ooh, you gotta go down like the daughter's page, and she collects fake dolls, and she named all of the dolls, and like one of them is named after her actual child, the second one is named after her mom, and the third one is named after the new child she just stole and changed the name to the name. It's crazy. It's a whole bunch of shit. It was messy, but yeah, supposedly this is what she do.
What?
She
Not
befriend
the
broken
speaker
moms.
of, and you're gonna have an old new you, and they be sharing all her stuff on Instagram. Sarah Jakes.
Yep, that's her.
Girl, I did not hear that. Wow.
Yep.
That make me want to brew some tea. Baby, I'll be to my mama and be like, did you hear what Sarah Jakes did, girl? You know, I love when they be out in these Christian folks, so I can go ahead and let her see how Christiany they are.
Yep. Out here stealing people kids.
That's crazy. And people out here, Sarah Jakes be preaching, girl, and stealing kids in the meantime. I told you they be doing
child.
That's crazy.
Change the name and all of that.
How old is the child?
At this point, it has to be. It's a boy, I believe. It has to be no more than like 2 or 3. It's a young baby. Like she just had the baby.
He's so quiet. I didn't even know he was sitting there. Hi, Tutu.
Went to the pool, got in the water.
Say hi, Kai. Look at the people.
Look right here.
He like, what the heck? Say hi. He like, whatever. Show him your smile. He like, whatever.
Right.
I don't know who this is.
He's trying. He's like, at the pool. He is just out of it.
Oh, you tired?
You gotta show them the smile, not me.
He like, no.
Right.
He's still trying to figure out who Dom is. He like, who is that?
His face is like.
He like, I'm not in the mood today. No, they say you a cutie.
Say thank you.
Now he wants to smile at his mama, but he gonna smile at y'all.
Say thank you. Say thank you.
Get your head out your mouth. We trying to show his smile.
Say thank you.
He like, forget that. Anyway, huh?
Shower.
Go ahead.
I gotta go wash my butt.
He over here looking at his mama. Anybody want to hop on now? I know he's so adorable.
You got fans, honey?
Yeah, he got fans, girl, already. Say hi. This is my little sidekick. He been in all my stuff lately. But oh girl, yeah. So I gotta make sure I read up on that story because I had no idea about that when you did drop some jewels. Cause what? Cough it up.
Oh yes, Miss Sarah.
Not Miss High and Mighty speaking all them, dropping all them jewels to the people. That's why I be saying people gotta start using discernment. I don't be listening to them fools. I remember when I went to Creflo Dollar Church when I lived in New York, I was going to his church, but I just didn't even feel, I guess I was being protected even then. Because this before I was awakened. This when I first got to New York, before they started awakening me and getting me to like see things for what they are. But I was going to his it's in the Madison Square Garden. They was in the Madison Square Garden at the time. Anybody know about Madison Square Garden? It's like huge. That's to go to show how many people come to this man's church to give him money. And it was so non-personable. It's like going to a show for real.
Honestly. Right, like a concert.
Exactly. And I was just like, I didn't feel right. And I stopped going. But it was ridiculous. I'm talking about all the screens they had around that mug, like big screens. That man got so, I call him Klepto Dollar. Because he a little he a little kleptomaniac.
Right.
That's all he doing, going around here stealing all these church folks' money.
Definitely.
To build another church and get another private plane and jet. Meanwhile, some of his people is homeless that go to his church and listen to him. Make that make sense. Why, when all these people was homeless, these churches weren't open for these people to go in there? Oh, because it's a COVID hazard. They had to do with the government. They are a 501c3. They are a governmental institution. If church is about spirituality, then why are they government funded? Why did they have to close their churches down and speak outside or online? Why couldn't they talk to their people about not getting vaccinated? As a matter of fact, they talked to their people about getting vaccinated. TD Jakes was the main one talking about getting vaccinated.
Definitely.
I want to come on here and talk to me, and that's demon juice. He telling you to go get the demon juice. He telling you to go get the mark of the beast. This shit crazy. You can't make this shit up.
You can't.
You cannot make it up. Let me see. Uh-oh, you okay? I'm trying to look something up real quick.
Let me look through. Oh yeah, and then the Sarah Jakes, her husband, he in jail for molesting a little girl. And he just went to jail like last Monday or something.
Listen to this shit. Oh, sorry. Let me turn that off. I had it on Bluetooth still.
On blackdoctor.org and on your page and elsewhere. And folks, some of them may still have questions about the vaccine or haven't taken that step yet. What would you say to them?
I think that they have to do their due diligence, but to go to credible places like blackdoctors.org to get accurate information. Talk to your local physician that takes care of your health in other ways and not allow propaganda or politics or anything else to take care of any physical issue in your life, not just the virus, anything. Let's go to the professionals who really do this for a living, studied and trained, and then make a decision that is health conscious, and not only your own health, but the health of other people considered is a very important step.
He was speaking up on COVID vaccine and getting it. And then he went on Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz was he was doing interviews with everybody, trying to get them to consent to the COVID-19 vaccine. After he was against it, and then they pulled his arm and told him, no, you better speak for the COVID-19 vaccine. Because when it first came out, he was against it. Yep, he was not with it. And then he said it hadn't have enough studies. Then he went back and he said, yeah. And he started having guests, and that's when Wendy Williams didn't say what they wanted her to say. And look at Wendy Williams now.
And she another one.
bankrupt and everything. That's what they do.
Yep.
When you don't follow the agenda, you out of there. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
When she did that interview with Fat Joe, I'm like, who is these two random? First of all, it was two random men. Like the one black guy, he looked at like he was born on Second Street, straight from the hood. Why would Wendy be around some, like, don't get me wrong, of course, if that's where you from, but like that's not the type of person that she would be around. And they all in the background talking about some, yeah, we got the money, we got the money. And everybody just in the comments like, oh man, oh my God, but you still look so good. And I'm like, is nobody listening to what these men are saying in the background? And in fact, Joe, he over here like, he's speaking in code, so he trying to tell them like, shut the fuck up. Like people will pick up on that. Like you saying too much. And he ended up getting them out of there. Like, all right, we want to talk to Wendy. And I'm like, how don't people see this?
And what was this on?
This on YouTube. It's Fat Joe and Wendy Williams. He did an interview. Like over when you watch it, the whole entire video is just off. First of all, you already know that's not Wendy. You can just tell. And it's just it was a mess. It was a mess.
Wow. Oh yeah, it definitely ain't Wendy.
No.
She been gone. I been saw that though when they rolled her out. They took that picture. Remember, she came up missing for a long time. And they took that picture of her and that they're like, oh, she's just sick or something. She has COVID. Ironically, she got COVID now and she went and got the vaccination. They said that. She didn't say that. That's what they said.
Yep.
Or he, whatever it is, the he, she. We know that it's a man. All of them men.
Exactly. All of them.
All of them. They clone them into being. They clone them into being transies. Like they literally do. They're literally out here to mind fuck people.
Yep.
You just be sitting here all quietly and somebody asked me why was I rocking. Yes, I do rock, but I'm rocking right now because I have a baby in my arms. I know you can't see him because he's sitting on my lap. But I guess on my other live stream, I was rocking. But I do be rocking sometimes anyway. But I was rocking. And they're like, why are you rocking? I'm like, shoot, I be rocking when the spirit hit me. Shoot, what you mean?
Right.
Because I do end up rocking sometimes, too. I remember when they had that Beyonce video of her rocking. And I was like, that's a little offensive because I do that. Sometimes it's like a consoling type of thing, I asked my mama, did she used to rock me when I was a little girl? And she said, yeah, but when you channeling, you do rock. Yep. I could tell though, when other spirits are like hitting me to speak or they're like literally guiding me because it's an energy that comes over me. And that's when I know I'm like in that mode. You know what I mean? Like I know that I'm being directed and guided. But yeah. That happens a lot too. Everybody has their, like Dom, when you started speaking and stuff, did you see yourself, like, do you be having these moments of where it just be like, you be kind of like there, but not there?
Yeah, all the time. And that shit just happens normally. Like sometimes I'll just be sitting here and I just be like, I was not here for like a good 10 minutes. I know that. For a fact, like I just got back here. I know that for a fact. And talking about the jump switching timelines. Oh man, that shit happens to me like every single freaking day. It's so crazy.
He just literally just so quietly. You don't want to lay down like that? Okay. Into pacifier?
Yeah, Beyonce, she know what's up. She just sold her soul. So unfortunately, like she got the ancestors behind her, but
she do. She's protected. But you gotta understand too who her ancestors are. They're from they're not Nolia, but they're from, well, I'm sure some of her family is from the Nolia, but they're from her people are from Louisiana. She was born in Texas, but her ancestors and stuff, they're from Louisiana. If y'all know anything, my husband is from Louisiana. They're
That's the
deeply
soul
rooted.
of the
A lot of
soul.
people that's from Louisiana are deeply rooted in spiritual, like our true spirituality.
Yes. I be hating.
Yeah.
I be hating.
So, yeah.
Yeah. She in tune for sure.
Yeah. They got that Creole, you know, so background. So that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And so there sometimes is a fight for that soul. It is a
Yep.
fight for that soul. And she went into that industry, but she chose that.
Yeah, exactly.
She knew why she was coming back here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
your family from Louisiana, so you got that in your background too. It's deep rooted in you, you know? That's just what it is. Like my husband literally is like a galactic being here in a physical form. Like I don't think people really understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact, being with him now and married to him, like that is actually true.
Right.
Like he literally is just here in human form, and you could tell he ain't been here that many times as I have on Earth. You could tell some people that's been here, some beings that's been on Earth a longer time than others, because they're more comfortable with the earthly ways. And then you could tell the ones that haven't been on Earth for a very long time because they still have like that galactic feel to them, like that what we would call alienistic way about them.
Exactly.
And it's a beautiful thing because it just really verifies how we're supposed to be changing this planet right now. You're going to see a lot of galactic beings here in physical form. As a matter of fact, the general, Surgeon General of Florida, ironically, another free state, is a galactic being. I'm finna show him y'all. I knew it immediately. I knew it the first time I seen a press conference with him. I said, "He's one of our people." Like literally, I was like, "People don't see this." That's I'm wide, my shit wide open. Like I'm literally connected big time. But they didn't also sent me energy here too to awaken me too.
Right.
I have like on my Facebook, my old Facebooks, I used to take a lot of video of planets that was like literally like star planets over me. Like where even when I came to Vegas from St. Louis, they was there hovering over my loft building that I would live in. And then when I moved to here to Vegas, they hover over where I live now. So where he is, Surgeon, I'm gonna pull him up. He's definitely a galactic being. That shit is crazy. I was like, okay, they putting them up. They putting them in place.
Right.
They in place. They already on the planet.
Definitely here.
I'm gonna pull him up though, y'all.
You definitely
when I
here.
see
him, just holler.
I was like, Pete, what happened?
Oh no, I'm just saying.
Somebody said he is so laid back. Who, my husband or the Surgeon General? And I'm like, look, this motherfucker. Yeah, my husband's really, really laid back. But now I see why they put opposites like that together, because it ain't nothing laid back about me.
Fox 13's Evan Axelbeck joined us now live in Tampa, watching this for us closely. Hi there, Evan. I know in the end here, Dr. Joseph Latipo was actually recommended for approval by unanimous, right? 6-0.
Yeah, absolutely. Their votes would not have changed the outcome.
I'm finna just show y'all him.
His answers were so unsatisfying that they had no choice but to boycott the rest of the proceedings. Before that,
they don't like him.
Over an hour on masks and vaccinations.
You are recognized first to address the committee.
Dr. Joseph Latipo could hardly have picked a tougher time to lead Florida's COVID response.
By applying scientific data, evidence-based strategies, and a sensible approach to public health.
The state's fourth COVID wave saw hundreds of thousands of new cases, a rise in hospitalizations, and a fever pitch of political dispute between the state and the Biden administration over testing, treatment, and prevention. That dispute spilled into today's hearing.
Do the vaccines work against preventing COVID-19? Yes or no?
Yes or no questions are not that easy to find in science.
The Democratic leader was unsatisfied with his answer that they are effective in preventing serious illness, but over time, not infection.
We get 2 buttons to push here, Dr. Ladapo. Yes or no?
Emotions were already.
They're trying to force him. He fighting
Last
them.
year, he declined to wear a mask around
Look.
a Democratic senator who had a serious condition, later revealed to be breast cancer.
It is very important to respect people's preferences. I will also add that, and I think that's a mutual thing, and I think that's an area that we've fallen short of during the pandemic.
During his time as acting Surgeon General, he has loosened recommendations surrounding testing and helped push treatments advocated for by the governor, namely monoclonal antibodies. After over an hour of questions, the panel's 4 Democrats had enough.
We don't feel that we're getting any answers. The Florida Senate Democrats are in this committee now. We're going to abstain, walk out, and come back when we have more business to attend to.
The panel's 6 Republicans immediately moved his confirmation to the next committee.
Sure that the confirmation of Dr. Joseph Ladapo is recommended favorably. Thank you very much.
Ha! Ha!
And that's how you do
Our
that.
galactic family right there. What? They can't do shit. They was mad. Mad.
Big mad.
Big mad.
Big mad. Look at
Yep.
his hands. His hands were huge.
Look at his arms, girl. Like when I first seen him, when they first brought him on the scene, I said, that's the
And
galactic
his eyes were
family.
like this. Like
Yes.
it was dark, but you see his eyes, and they were
Yes.
like this big.
Yes, that's straight family right there. Motherfuckers ain't even hit or privy to it. I sure seen him. As soon as I seen him, I said, they done sent our people in fucking physical form.
They're not playing. They like,
They not
listen,
playing. I'm telling y'all,
we
they
gotta
not
get
playing.
there.
They opening up doors for us to be financially free and set. That's what Trump was meeting with them. I kept trying to tell people. I said, and they skimmed over that Galactic Federation shit.
They sure did.
I don't even know how people sat up there and skimmed over it. How did you miss that? Them talking about the Galactic Federation on the news. How did people miss that?
Because that's not what they worried about.
It don't matter if they worried or not. Ancestors already heard. The Galactic family already heard. They making moves for us. They helping us. But ultimately, we got to help ourselves. Again,
Exactly.
we don't have no saviors but ourselves.
That's it.
We have assistants. We don't got no savior other than us.
So what y'all gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you? what Erica Badu said, the mothership can't save you, so your ass is gonna get left. We were made in his image and call us by our name. Period. Y'all better get hit, or you gonna get left.
Exactly.
But anyway, for everybody that was, I'm gonna close this up because I do have to go to the plantation. Oh, I only got a little bit longer though, y'all. We almost out of there, Don. Well, listen, if y'all want to get your status corrected, we do have our site up. It is not thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars to get your status changed. As a matter of fact, we're working with other people that where it's free. The legwork ain't free, but it's not going to cost you hundreds of dollars. And then we do consultation, and we are doing services for you gaining your trust. And so we are acting as fiduciaries and trustees in order for you to do that. Some of you all know about the process of 1099. Some of you do not. If you do not and you want to have more information, then I think that we should do a live stream, just kind of going over the basis of it and explaining it. So the next live stream will be on, basically status correction, and also introduction to the 1099 process and gaining your trust, so, or access to your trust. So hopefully this live stream was helpful for you all. Thank you, Dom. This is like my new co-host, by the way, guys, you know.
If you didn't already catch on by now.
Period. So we're that's what the next live stream is going to be about. We will have an open forum again. Y'all can jump in and ask questions. Y'all don't have to have your camera on when you get on here. You can keep your camera off and just speak. If that's what some of you are afraid of, you know, being seen and things like that. But please utilize the link. And we're definitely going to be helping you all get your status corrected so that you don't have to worry about being a part of this government system. And also, if you want to be able to utilize your trust to, you know, pay up certain things, get a car, a house, things like that, it's not for you to abuse, but it is for you to be able to utilize and things like that, then we're going to be helping you all do that, because you have to have a trustee or fiduciary in order to access those funds. And so we all have our businesses and stuff lined up and lining up so that we're able to push people through and get their paperwork done and things like that. So the site will be launched on Friday. So we will do our live stream on that Friday to get everybody privy to it. And then we'll start taking appointments that Saturday and from so on. And we're also working with Facebook as well. So bear with us, but we got a team of five fiduciaries, which I want to be honest, if you all do know about the process, it's only another couple, the Jarretts, that are doing it, and probably a couple other people. There's not a lot of fiduciaries out here working to help this process go through. And there's different charges and things like that. But I want to say that we're definitely keeping it at the low end, very low end. So, and status correction, I know the Jarretts are charging $200. We're not even charging. We're just processing, just, you know, charging for the processing of the paperwork, but we're not charging for the status correction.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I dropped my Facebook in here. It's in the comments. Give you all time to scroll and find his new free Drea. And if you all link to my Facebook, just send me a DM. Let me know that you heard me on YouTube so I can know who you are. And then I can be able to add you to our private page on there. And that way, you know, you'll also be able to get the link and ask questions in that group. And then we have a Telegram. So, yep. So peace and love to everybody. This was a great talk with you all. As always, it's always great for you all to build with me and join with me. And hopefully it's always an energy exchange, because I don't steal energy.
Okay.
I have enough energy.
Facts.
Matter of fact, I'm giving y'all it. No.
Yeah, I can actually have some of the good stuff.
Right. But until next time, we'll come up with a time, me and Dom, and then I'll do a schedule on the live stream, and we will try to be prompt this time.
We will.
We'll work on it, because it's going to be Friday. And so, you know,
Friday
it'll probably be late night, but you
right.
know, it'll be whenever we can both get together, because we on two different time zones too. She on the East Coast, I'm on the West. So we literally like, it's like 11 there and it's like 8 here.
Right.
So yeah, we got to work that out. But anyway, peace and love to everybody. Have an awesome, amazing week. Speak those affirmations over your life. Speak positive things out your mouth, about your circumstances, about you, and love on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing. Love on yourself. Give yourself that tender love and care, even if it's 10 minutes out the day while you're at work. Don't beat yourself up, you know. Keep your vibrations high.
Yep, always.
So peace. Until next time. Sayonara.